morning, everybody. Hillary with Budget to Bougie, and I'm here to talk about the new foundation I picked up. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. I got it yesterday. I was so excited. I actually swatched probably every single color that I could find, and here's the packaging. How beautiful is this? I love a bold package. Like, it's foundation. And it's, you know, the iconic. So yeah, I swatched and swatched and swatched, and I finally found my color. I'm pretty sure it's, so my color that I picked out was 250C. I think it looks really, really good. By the way, I used my Stay Naked under my eyes today, and I didn't go as heavy. I went a little bit lighter. But I think it looks a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I had on so much, or the day before when I did the wear test, and I put too much on. It just takes a little bit, but yeah, it's an amazing product. So this little guy today, we're gonna try it out and see how it works. So it says it's vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist tested. Eyewear tested, because I can't pronounce that word, non-comedogenic, suitable for sensitive skin, long wearing, it doesn't say how long, and no flashback. I'm just going to wear it to work. It's supposed to be kind of warm today again. It's, you know, August in Iowa, it's 90 degrees, we're expecting it. So I'll do check-ins like I did with my CoverGirl and see how it's going, see if it's moving, if it's breaking down, if it's transferring, all the good stuff that we don't want foundation to happen. This little guy is on the bougier side, price-wise. It's $38 at my Ulta, and so if you're not, you know, ready to spend that much, not knowing the reviews and not knowing what it is, hopefully this will help you decide. I definitely think 100% that the Stay Naked for $29 is 100% worth it. 100% worth it. So I'm hoping this little guy for $38 is 100% worth it. But we'll do the wear test today and see how it performs. I'll be checking in probably around noon, and then, because I've had it on for about an hour now, so that would give it about a 6-hour wear, and then I'll check it again after I get off work. And I usually have my makeup on a daily basis between 10 and 12 hours before I can take it off, or before I actually just get to take it off. So this should be a really, really good test of a long wearing foundation. So far, when I put it on, it's very, very silky. It went on very, very smooth. It's not a full coverage, it's a medium coverage. It is buildable. I did build a little bit more on the cheek down here in my discolored area. So you can build it, and it doesn't streak, and it doesn't pill up, and it looks good. I only did a little, one swipe application up here. I used a dampened sponge, not too damp, but just a tiny damp sponge, and I thought that worked really well. I did go in on my cheeks down here onto my neck with a brush, because it's a lot easier for me to blend it out, and that worked well too. I didn't have any problems with either application for me and my face. I thought both worked really, really well. So the, you know, initial application went on very smoothly. It didn't do anything I didn't want it to do, and so I have a lot of high hopes for this foundation. So I will check in at noon, and I will let you know how it's going. Okay, guys, it's hour 10, and guess what happened? It broke apart. I would say about between hours 7 and 8, it just fell to garbage. So it has fallen into every fine line on my face. It's breaking apart. It's went into my pores. It's loaded into my nose. I'm kind of close to you, so sorry. And I have normal to dry skin, mostly on the dry side. But damn, it fell apart. It was unbelievable how fast it went. I think maybe the sides are still kind of there, but the coverage is not. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. For $38, I expected a hell of a lot more than what I have on my face right now. So, okay guys, so here's my final thoughts. I've had this product on for 12 and a half hours. And it started breaking down around 7 hours. It started to pill, fall into my pores. Oddly enough, it doesn't transfer. But this morning I noticed because I have really bad allergies, when I blow, it wiped off after, 5 or 6 blows. It did start to come off around my edge of my noses, but most product does that because I have such sensitive allergies. It goes on beautifully. It applies so softly, and it just blends with everything I had, like from my primer and my blush, everything, even my setting powder. It just sat beautifully for, the first 6 hours. It was absolutely perfect. It is not sweat proof at all. It's 95 degrees here today. I had to run an errand on my lunch break, and when I did that, this heat where I live is just god awful hot. It's humid. Like, it's not just the heat. Like, when it's 95 and it's like dry heat, you can tolerate it, but it's humid here, and it's like so thick you can feel it in the air. So I started sweating just immediately. When you walk outside, it's so hot. So I could tell when I was starting to sweat, like right here, well, my concealer was just breaking down hot and heavy. And then right here, if you can tell, right here, it literally just fell. Like, fell into my pores. And it was just, you could take a tissue, and when your face is sweaty, you could just wipe it right off. So it's not sweat proof at all. And I did use setting spray today, so it just was bye-bye in this heat. Which is funny because my eyebrows do not move. I use a $2 gel. I use e.l.f. gel for my eyebrows, and my brows will stay on for 20 hours. Like, I've done it. It works. I scratched it a little bit here earlier, but it was hot, so it kind of moved it a little bit. Pretty much, they don't move. I will wear this in the fall and winter time because I know it is going to last if it's not hot. It literally has to be the right temperature. You have to be not in hot heat. You have to not sweat. It's a very fickle formula. Will I say buy it? I say buy it if you know that's what it is. You have to know that you can't wear this in the summertime or the summer heat. It's just not going to stay on your face. It's just not. The wintertime though, definitely this will last. It will go on, look beautiful, stay on, set it, and forget it. Like Ron Popeil. But the summertime, I'm just not convinced it's a summertime foundation. My other foundations don't break down quite as quickly as this. I was shocked how quick it broke down out when I was outside. But I will recommend it for a fall or wintertime foundation for sure. But now if you're in an area that has heat but not a lot of humidity, and it's just a dry heat, and you're not outside exerting yourself, this probably would do really well. But like I said, here in the humidity, it just does not stand up. But this winter, I am really excited about using it because I know that it's a controlled climate. I'm in a warehouse all day at my job, and it's cold, and if I didn't have to go outside, I don't know if it still would have lasted. I don't know, because I had to go out in the heat this morning, and then I had to go back in. Had to go out, come back in, go out. So I was in and out all day. So I think if you have a temperature where it's not going to be above a certain degree and there's no humidity, I think it'll be fine. I mean, the bottle's adorable. It has the, the standard writing. Their marketing. It's really ingenious. The box is adorable. But the product itself, for $38, I wish it would have stayed on longer. Will I keep it and use it? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell people to use it, I have normal to dry skin, more on the dry side. But I would tell people, if you're going to buy this, just realize that this is not, for me, in my opinion, this is not a summer foundation. This foundation does not last in the summertime. It breaks down way too fast. For $38, it should have been at least a 10-hour foundation, even in the heat. because like I said, I use my regular routine and a setting spray, and this just broke out like crazy. So I will tell them that if you're going to buy this, be realistic with your goals. This is not, to me, a summertime foundation. But if you're going to have a 60-degree weather, where this would probably last 10 to 12 hours. But in the heat that I live in and work in, it doesn't stand up. I know it kind of might look a little okay on camera, but I can tell it fell into my lines, into my pores. It exaggerates everything, and I have a ton of fine lines, so I was not excited about that. But like I said, yes, it does work in it will work in certain conditions, just not summer heat. So did I approve it? Yes, but it's a half and half. So it is a controlled climate foundation. Like I said, fall, winter, or if you're in an office setting where you don't have to go out into the heat, it will last, I believe. But if you're like me and you live here, I live in Iowa, and it's super hot, it's super humid, this is just going to melt right off your face, unfortunately. Because, I mean, it is a bougier product. It is a little bit pricier than, say, an e.l.f. product. But I'm happy with, so my pros are, it goes on beautifully. It blends out perfectly. It sets absolutely gorgeous. It's soft. It's not matte. You can build it. It does look absolutely beautiful when it sets. My cons are it's not sweat proof at all. You will see it run and transfer and pill and fall into your pores after a certain temperature. It only lasted 7 to 8 hours, if I'm going to be realistic about it, without the heat. And for $38, I expected a lot more from this brand. This brand should have been, from the get-go, you're not going to have to worry about any of that. So yeah, I love it, but I also think that there's cons to it too. So hopefully you guys could take something away from that, from my rambling. But as always, if you guys like my content, please subscribe, like and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my reviews, ring the bell, and every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Have a good evening, you guys.